So today's it's been a very sunny and beautiful day. Today's lesson, not a lesson, but a short story about being, not being, but a short story between Sydney and Melbourne. So I just met actually Korean guy, but because I'm Korean, and I met well, not because, but I met a Korean guy to pitch today, and then he has lived in Sydney for 25 years, but he just came to Melbourne for his job. He's not sure he's gonna stay here because like his wife wants to stay in Sydney. So yeah, I couldn't sell him, but yeah. So he was saying like Sydney is much better, but like there are some people who saying like Melbourne is much better. So like there are like some invisible tension between Sydney and Melbourne. I think they both cities have their own like attractive points. Like for example, Melbourne is very famous for being vibrant cities and all that stuff. But he literally said it's just mainly for the city side because yeah, I talked to him in Sunshine, and the Sunshine is pretty much like a ghetto. So it's not that. I don't think it's a good representation for Melbourne. I personally think, and yeah, he said like Sydney has much more things. Well, I specifically asked what sort of things you can do in Sydney, but like he just like many things. Like, I think it's maybe he's probably biased because he has lived in Sydney for the past 25 years. But I don't know. But there are people who like Sydney, and there are people who likes Melbourne over Sydney. So it really comes down to your preference. But I haven't checked out Sydney so far. But Melbourne is alright. But I personally want to check out Sydney one day because like I really like the sunrise, and one of my dreams is to live in a house where you can see the sunrise over the horizon of the ocean. And in Sydney you can do that because the seaside is on the right side, on the east side of the city. But in Melbourne, the seaside is like on the west side, or like southern west side. So it's very hard to see the sunrise. It's good for sunset, but it's not ideal for the sunrise. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the environment of Sydney one day, and hopefully I can get a house in Sydney where I can see the sunrise clearly over the horizon. Um, yeah, today's been fun, and there are a couple of good people that I had a chat. I met quite many people who came from Sydney just for visiting. But yes, what else? Was there any specific story that I? Yeah, like one person pays like tons of money, and then I just introduce him a better option. But like even if you have like amazing deal, there are still people who are very stubborn, who wants to stick to their um, you know inertia. Like especially for older people, they want to stick to whatever they are doing at the moment because they don't want any changes. So yeah, man. But like, what's the whole point of living your life if you don't want to try something new? You just like set of programs that is very predictable. And I don't think it's ideal. Well, what I'm trying to say is not about you. Sometimes it's not about the deal. It's just the person you talk to. This is some fortunate thing. But that's it. Right. I'll next time don't know when I'm gonna put the vlog again because I'm gonna go back to Korea for 1 week for my relative's wedding. But yeah. Right. That's it.